Things change fast with Lamar Jackson, and what was just revealed could completely shift where the Ravens are headed from here. This isn't just another routine injury update. There's new information, real warning signs, and a lot that still isn't being said out loud. And when that happens in the NFL, especially with a quarterback at Lamar's level, it means the situation deserves full attention. What happened after that hit in the game against the Patriots opened up a much bigger picture than a simple day-to-day label. There's context, there's recent history, and there are big decisions coming. Stick with this until the end, because understanding these updates right now is key to seeing what could really be next for Lamar and for Baltimore over the coming weeks. Right after the game, the news nobody wanted but everyone needed finally came out. Lamar Jackson suffered a bruised back. John Harbaugh said it plainly, no sugarcoating, but he also gave no timeline and no guarantees. And when a head coach avoids putting dates on anything, that tells you a lot. This isn't something that just clears up overnight, and it's definitely not something you rush, especially when you're talking about a quarterback like this. The part that really matters is the "we'll monitor it" approach. That means tests, daily evaluations, and a lot of caution in the days ahead. Back injuries aren't simple in football. One wrong movement, one bad hit at the wrong time, and things can get worse fast. Baltimore knows that, which is why no one is promising a quick return or an easy solution. News like this hits hard because Lamar isn't just another name on the roster. He's the engine of the offense, the player who can flip a game with one throw or one run. The moment his status becomes uncertain, the entire team goes into alert mode, thinking about backup plans and trying to buy time. And that uncertainty didn't come out of nowhere. It connects directly to what happened on the field, at the exact moment Lamar felt that pain. To really understand why this injury is such a big concern, you have to go back to the play that completely changed the night in Baltimore. Everything was moving along normally until late in the second quarter. Lamar broke out of the pocket, took off to pick up a few yards, and like he usually does, he slid to avoid contact. This time, though, the contact still came. A Patriots defender hit him as he was going down, and the impact went straight into the most vulnerable part of his lower back. Right away, you could tell something wasn't right. Lamar didn't pop back up, didn't react the way he usually does, and he looked visibly uncomfortable. This wasn't the kind of hit where a player just shakes it off and keeps going. His body reacted differently, and that was the first sign that the issue might be more serious than it looked. What makes plays like this tricky is the movement involved. Lamar was running, slowing down and twisting his body all at once. When an unexpected hit comes in that moment, the lower back takes the brunt of it. That's exactly why back injuries make teams nervous, especially when they involve mobile quarterbacks. From that point on, everything started to feel different. The game continued. But the focus wasn't just on the scoreboard anymore. The sideline, the coaching staff, and even people watching at home could tell Lamar wasn't comfortable. And that feeling only grew stronger once the first reports came in from the sideline. During the broadcast, reporter Melissa Stark shared details that really showed how serious things were. She explained that Lamar was struggling just to go up and down the stairs on his way to the locker room. This wasn't only pain during a football play, it was pain during basic movement, something you don't usually see from an athlete like him. The visuals back that up. Lamar was grimacing, moving slowly and constantly trying to find a position that didn't hurt as much. When a player is in enough pain that it changes the way he walks, it stands out immediately. This wasn't acting or extra caution. It was real discomfort. At first, he was listed as questionable to return. That word always brings hope, but it also comes with a lot of caution. Questionable means there's a chance, not a promise, and everything depends on how the body responds at halftime. For Lamar, the response wasn't there. After the break, the confirmation finally came. He was officially ruled out. That decision made it clear the issue wasn't minor, and that forcing him back onto the field could make things much worse. And when you factor in Lamar's recent injury history, that level of caution makes even more sense.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
This back injury didn't come out of nowhere. Throughout the season, Lamar has been dealing with physical issues that have disrupted his rhythm. He missed 3 games earlier with a hamstring injury and didn't return until week 9, still working his way back to full confidence in his body. On top of that, his back had already been bothering him in recent weeks. It wasn't enough to keep him off the field right away, but it was that constant discomfort, managed with treatment, rehab, and careful adjustments to his workload. The hit against the Patriots ended up aggravating that exact sensitive area. When injuries start stacking up, the body doesn't respond the same way. Every hit feels heavier. Every recovery takes longer. And that affects more than just availability. It changes how a player moves, how he runs, and even how he makes decisions on the field. That helps explain why Lamar hasn't been able to recreate the unreal level he reached last season. And when you look at the numbers and the flow of the offense, it becomes obvious just how much his health directly impacts everything Baltimore is trying to build in 2025. In 2024, Lamar had one of the best seasons of his career. Over 4,000 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions, complete control of the game and of opposing defenses. He set the tempo, decided games, and took the Ravens' offense to another level. In 2025, it's been a different story. Heading into the New England game, the numbers were far more modest, with just over 2,000 yards and a touchdown-to-interception ratio that reflects a less fluid offense. It's not about talent. It's about continuity, something injuries have taken away. When Lamar isn't at 100%, the offense looks different. Play calling becomes more conservative. The run game loses its unpredictability. And defenses play with less fear. Everything becomes more readable, more rigid, and harder to execute. That's why this back injury goes far beyond a simple line on an injury report. It affects the present and the entire direction of the season. What Baltimore does from here depends directly on how Lamar responds physically in the coming days. Because when he's right, the team rises with him, and when he's not, everything gets much tougher. All of this makes one thing clear. Lamar Jackson's situation is about much more than an injury update. The recent history, the way he left the game, the extreme caution from the team, and the lack of a clear timeline show that Baltimore knows exactly what's at stake. When the most important quarterback in a franchise is dealing with a back issue, every decision has to be measured, because one mistake now could cost far more later. And that's where the real dilemma comes in. How much do you push for a return? The Ravens are still competitive, but the team looks completely different without Lamar on the field. That puts the coaching staff in a very real bind. Waiting could mean losing momentum, but rushing him back could risk not just the season, but the future. In your view, should Baltimore wait until Lamar is truly 100%, or take the risk of putting him back out there as soon as possible? One thing is certain. The next few weeks will say a lot about where the Ravens are headed in 2025. Every update, every missed or returned practice, every quiet decision will shape the team's path. Paying attention now isn't optional. It's understanding how far Baltimore can really go, and it all starts with the health of number 8.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself.